how to build a lean athletic body without living like a bodybuilder. So here is a mistake that I see so many guys make and fall into the exact same camp when they're trying to get in shape. They're trying to get leaner, they're trying to build some muscle, just build a physique that they can have their top off and they can feel confident. And that's essentially what they're trying to achieve, right? The mistake is thinking that you need to train 6 days a week, thinking that because a bodybuilder does a chest day, a back day, a leg day, a shoulders day, an arms day, whatever else, and they go and train abs for an hour, you now think that, right, because these guys are massive and they're in crazy shape, I listen to them, I should do what they do because that's what works. But what you don't realize is that there's a few things. One, these guys are most of the time on steroids. So what works for them genetically and in terms of testosterone is not going to work for you. Secondly, these guys dedicate their life to this. They have all the time in the world to eat 6 or 7 meals a day, to train twice a day if they want to, and to get 8 to 9 hours sleep. But for you, someone who works a busy job, probably might have a family, or you're looking to have one soon, you're in your 30s, you don't have as much time in your hands. You're getting up super early, having to commit to going to the gym for 45 minutes at a time, and you're going at maybe even 6 in the morning, or you're going after a long stressful day's work when you're shattered and it's like 8 p.m. That is a very different scenario, because what's going to happen then is you try and commit to something that's just unrealistic for you. You miss a few days, you feel guilty, you start to go off track, and then you don't start really moving forwards the way you want to. And you're always feeling like, is this it? This is so difficult. How am I supposed to stick to this for the long term? The thing is, you're not meant to, because it's unrealistic for you and it's unrealistic for me. Eating just chicken, broccoli, and rice, thinking that's what I should be eating, that's what they're eating. They're eating this many meals a day. So obviously, I think it should work. But the problem with that, again, it is boring. If you're eating that 2 to 3 times a day, you're going to be miserable. It's not going to be enjoyable. And if you don't enjoy the food, there's just no way you're going to stick to it more than a week or so. And it takes months of consistency of sticking to something to actually see results. Avoiding social events, again, the whole ties into the next point, the whole bodybuilder lifestyle. I'm not against it, because like, amazing for them, but like, it's not us, it's not what I want to achieve. I don't want to get massive, I just want to be lean and athletic, so I don't need to do those things, neither do you. But it's unrealistic, because if you've got work meetings, work events, a meal out with your partner at the weekend, someone's birthday, someone's wedding, how are you supposed to? You're not going to bring your Tupperware there and just eat chicken, broccoli, and rice. You're not going to say no to having a couple drinks, even if you want to have one as well. Because if you do that for months and months and months, again, you're going to be absolutely miserable. That's just unrealistic. It's not going to fit within your life, and it never will. So trying to stick to that is like, again, you're trying to do and be perfect, but perfection does not exist. So, like I said, that works for bodybuilders and amazing for them. It's their life, it's their career, and like the discipline, the work they put in, you can only respect that. But I want to look like that and achieve that. Neither do you. So that's not what you want to do. This is what we do. It's a limitless way. It's a limitless formula. It's how we approach things with our guys in the program. Training just 3 days a week. Some guys, it's even 2. Training 3 days a week, covering every single muscle group in the body evenly, and doing it more frequently. When you hit a chest or any muscle, for example, chest or back, you're hitting that 3 days a week. As a natural guy, you're going to make more progress than training the muscle group once a week, especially if you miss it and you miss the muscle group for the week. That's no good to anyone. Now you're hitting the muscle group 2 to 3 times a week. That's going to allow you to get stronger and build more muscle. Not just that, but obviously it's realistic. Like, if I said to you now, can you go to the gym 3 days a week, 45 minutes at a time? You'd say 100% you can fit that in. Do that 6 days a week. That's when it starts to get tough. So you can actually be consistent. It's better to be consistently good, as we say, than occasionally great. Nutrition that actually fits your life and you enjoy eating. Most meals you should go into thinking like, it's a 6 or 7 out of 10. I'm looking forward to eating this. Doesn't have to be gourmet. Don't have to be Gordon Ramsay, but you should look forward to eating it. And what we do is we just find two to three easy go-to meals that take 5 or 10 minutes to prepare. It doesn't take too much time, so you're not spending loads of time cooking. But again, they're meals that you enjoy and you can see yourself sticking to. And there is some level of variety, but not too much where it's going to be too confusing. You're doing all these complicated recipes. I don't believe in that stuff. I think just keeping things really simple and then just sticking to those things consistently. And then actually including your socials as part of your social life. Nobody's naive to the fact, even if you are and you're not where you want to be, you're not naive to the fact that you can't go out and drink 10 pints a weekend, get battered and get in shape. You can't go out and eat out 7, 8, 9 times, 10 times a week and eat burgers and chips and pizza and get in shape. We both know that. You've got to make great decisions, but you can still go out, find these good decisions, these good options, and go to these events and not have to hide away from them, and actually live your life in the process of you getting in this level of shape. And then actually for having some minimum standards. Again, when you're living like a bodybuilder lifestyle, you're in this mindset of perfection. Like I can't miss anything; it has to be perfect. But what happens when your work keeps you till 8, 9 p.m.? You get the train home from the city potentially, and then you get home at 10, and you're like, I've got to be up in 6 or 7 hours to go to work again. How are you supposed to go to the gym then? Is it a wise thing to do? Probably not. So instead of having these minimum standards focus on perfection, I'll show you exactly what you should do. So what I think you should do and how to like shift away from the bodybuilding living and get great results, get lean, build muscle, get athletic and look fantastic without doing it that way. Commit to 3 full body sessions a week. 3 full body sessions covering every single muscle group in the body. In that session, that's 45 minutes for 3 times a week. It's less than 3 hours. Even if you do an hour, it's 3 hours, and that's still really, really realistic for most people. Picking 2 to 3 meals that you enjoy every plate. So imagine this is a plate. You've got protein, carbs, fats, and veggies or salad. Having 2 to 3 go-tos of those that you just rotate around with, and keeping those as your staple. Having 1 plate of food at a social event and setting a drink limit. Like going to these events and saying, I'm going to go for 1 plate of food, the healthiest option, the leanest option on the plate, on the menu, and then get that on your plate. And then if you're having a drink, it might just be I have 1 drink when I go out, and you have a max of like 2 to 3 maximum a week if you want to have them, obviously. Now you're making better decisions. You're part of your social life, but you're not going crazy, and it's not going to kill you in terms of calories and your results. And discovering what your minimum standard is on hectic days. When you do get these stressful, crazy days and you can't commit to stuff, it's saying, right, instead of trying to be perfect, it's like, right, if I can't get 10K steps in today, my minimum 7. If I can't stick to 3 sessions this week, it's going to be 2 sessions. But there is still a standard there. You're still keeping your standards high. They're just there just in case these crazy days creep up, which every now and then they do, right? Or these mental weeks. So that's essentially how I think you should do things. This is the best way of doing things. I found training over 300 guys now. This is the best way. It works. We've had clients lose up to 40 kilos in a year, still enjoying their social life, building muscle, only training 3 days a week, eating foods that they enjoy, like not feeling completely restricted. And that is possible when you have a proper system in place. If you want to know exactly how this can look in terms of sessions, food and stuff like that, I have got a free fat loss guide, which covers all this in a little bit more detail. So just head to my Instagram, drop me a message saying like free plan or something like that, and I'll send it straight over to you.